All it's Artosis here with the CMSL Season 4. It's CasterMuse Star League Season number 4. This is the round of 16, Group D. And it's the decider match, game number 3. If you haven't seen games 1 and 2 between Light and Hero, I definitely suggest you go check those out right now. Sets the stage for what we're going to be seeing here on Ringing Bloom. Well, so far, we've had some pretty decisive games. Game 1, of course, on Shakura's Temple, we had a 9-pool out of Hero, followed up by some very intense Mutalisk harassment. Light had some amazing irradiates that just equalized the game, but the rush up to Ultralisks from Hero was just too strong. Light in Game 2 had that Academy rush. Just got up to Firebat and a medic very, very quickly. Was able to slow down Hero immensely by killing off the third base. And Hero just unable to recover from it. I think he had some very good plays afterwards, but it just wasn't enough. He skimped a little bit too much and was hoping that Light would make a mistake. But Light, the second best Terran in the world, not likely to make many of those. All that being said, let's take a look at the map. It's Ringing Bloom. Should be pretty used to this map by now. This is the second ladder season that it's been in. It's played in ASL and used in a good amount of tournaments thus far. Of course, you have the Overmind Cocoons that can be utilized in a rush or can be utilized defensively from Zerg. Of course, you can wall in here. The eggs just make the ramp a little bit smaller for the early game. You can always kill all of this to clear it out for later on. Of course, you do have a back natural that's very easy to take, very easy to defend. So that kind of makes it a more economic map. We see a lot more greedy plays on this map rather than rushes at the pro level. Let's see what Light ends up opting for. It looks like he's just going to go into a fast expansion here. Now, the wall that he's opting to make, this is completely Zergling tight. Zerglings simply cannot get in anywhere here. So it just makes you feel very, very safe, basically, as the Terran player. And he's going to be able to expand behind it. Of course, this drone up harassing does make you a little bit nervous. You always could try to make a sunken or something, but the Zerglings would probably just about be here already if that were the build he was going for. All right, so the Marine pops out, and we'll push this back. Light going for his command center relatively quickly here. And it looks like a 2-hatch play coming out of Hero once again. Not really opting for any slower builds, but it makes a lot of sense as well, especially based on the spawning positions here. These spawns that we see bottom left versus bottom right Terran, these favor the Zerg in this situation, just because if you go for just heavy Mutalisk harassment, you're very close to the back natural that Terran has taken. Now, it's very hard to defend this base with Marines and Medics if that's what we're going to be seeing, which, yes, we see the engineering bay and the timing of the gas and everything. This is going to be a Marine Medic opener from Light. But you have to make a ton of turrets here because otherwise the mutas will just fly in and harass nonstop. And, you know, when you want your Marines out here ready to attack Zerg in all of their expos, to walk all the way back here to help defend, it's just not a winning proposition. So I think that what we'll probably see here is, again, heavy Mutalisk harassment coming out of Hero. Light likely making a lot of turrets back here and getting maybe a quick factory so that he can get some splash damage out to help deal with the harassment that's going on in his back. Now, Light moving back towards his base with a couple Marines, going to catch this Overlord. They were Overlord hunting, and as mentioned previously, this is kind of a greedy map. You don't see a lot of Zerglings here because of the wall-ins. You can't really do much damage, so Light picking up on that and hunting this Overlord. That's a huge kill early on. Look at this, 23 of 18. That's a gigantic hiccup here for Hero. Now, the Marine's not likely to get home, so Light actually just sends them in a different direction, hoping they can maybe hide out on the map for a little bit. Unfortunately, not going to be possible. Just going to target down what he can. Kills a single extra Zergling. Good enough. Those Marines really did their job. All right, the Spire is on its way. Almost halfway done. Plenty of Marines, of course, to hold on. You can't really do anything as Zerg right there. Double barracks being added. And this is the part I'm going to be interested in. Is it... Oh, he is going to make a 4th barracks. That's really interesting, in my opinion, from Light. I actually thought we might see him go for a faster factory just to get out science vessels more quickly to help deal with harassment back here. But he is getting that quick +1 attack. So it seems like he's opting to just power up and stay heavily on Marine Medic for a little bit and try to force some fights to occur. Now, Hero's expanding to the top left of the map. That is so far away. For Light to attack that seems very, very difficult indeed. So Light, like, is he going to commit his entire force to go cross map to kill this hatchery? Or is he going to try to get a kill move up the ramp? Well, that remains to be seen, but Hero's going to have some say in that with his Mutalisk harassment. Turrets starting to go up everywhere. Probably should throw another one up down here pretty quickly. That +1 attack still well on the way. Range being started now for the Marines. Some good production going down as this defensive turret over near the depot. Not a lot going back on the Zerg base. Just waiting for that third base. He is getting +1 attack as well. All right, the Muta's going to fly in. 2 turrets already finished here. A third one on the way. And he'll have to kind of continually be adding these as well. He's going to be a little bit mineral starved, right? Just based on the amount of turrets he has to make, plus supporting 4 barracks production right now. That is a lot of minerals to be spending this early in the game with only 30 SCVs. All right, so here comes the Mutalisk harassment with the Marines coming down. They will have to back up. Just kind of checking what's going on. Factory now starting. That's actually... Oh, okay. Light has actually stopped production on his barracks here to fit in a factory during all this. So, gets a pretty quick one. And he can get back into that production now. But he is going to have slightly less Marines than what we were talking about before. Still a ton of mutas being made. Hero flying around with these... I mean, that's a scary force with +1 attack already done. So he's got to focus on reducing the size of this army. Oh my god, he loses 2 mutas there. That is so painful. He would have had 11, but now he's sitting here on 9. Not nearly as strong. Now he's going to go for a counterattack. Only 1 turret in the main base. This is going to be very scary for Light. He tries to get up to repair, but the turret dies way too quickly. Some Marines stimming down, trying to stop him. These mutas are going to have a good time in here, though. Now, let's see. A couple sunks going to be made. Uh-oh. I'm feeling a bit nervous for him right now. Look at this. The stim up from Light. Only a couple sunks. Well, I guess 1 done. But he really found his timing here. The mutas coming back. They can't harass anymore because they have to save his life back at home. A couple more mutas falling, unfortunately, here for Hero. And Light just so sharp on this attack. Amazing to see. And now he's reduced the Mutalisk count greatly. A heartbreaker here for his opponent. I feel like everything was actually set up pretty well for Hero, but that he just barely didn't have his Sunkens up in time. If he had these 2 finished by the time Light got across the map, then his Mutalisks could have stayed over here, done massive, massive damage, and he could have held off the attack. Unfortunately for him, Light just a bit too quick on his army movement. And now, Hero's in a lot of trouble. He's got 24 drones, which is not super high. He has no static defense, so the mutas have to do that for him. Light just continuing to push forward with that 4 barracks production. He's getting his science facility as well. A couple starports are already up. So he's going to be going into science vessels, which means you have to think beyond the mutas. But you have to make the mutas to defend the Marines. It is a tough position for Hero right now. He is droning up over at the top left. Has that gas ready for mining. So, I mean, he's going to be able to afford a lot of mutas. Maybe you just go all in on mutas from this point. Maybe that's the play. Nice scan there. Catching where everything is at. A couple of overlords on that high ground as well. Hero continuing to try to harass, building a ton of mutas at every moment. All right, gonna sweep through here. Killing off quite a bit. You can see his harassment really starting to do a good job, but look at the health of these mutas down at the bottom. They're getting very, very dark. And, I mean, if you start just losing mutas every time you sweep in, then this is not going to work anymore. It looks like he has enough now to finish this off. Yeah, he's just going to do the full engage and kill off everything that Light has left on the map. But let's look at what Light has over here. Building a bunch more turrets. This is what you have to do when you lose your Marines and medics that are on the map. You know the mutas are going to be angry and looking for revenge. So he's adding turrets there. Science vessels being made, a radiate being made, more turrets, more marines. Doesn't have any medics at the moment, but I don't think much damage can be done to him. So the counterattack potential is not really there. And with science vessels getting out, basically when 2 irradiates hit, these mutas are going to be destroyed. They're not going to be able to hold off the marines and medics anymore. So we do need to see more tech coming out of Hero. And there it is. He has the Hydralisk Den. It's finished. Lurker upgrade on the way. It's a while, though, until he's going to have lurkers. So Light is going to have a timing here, I think. He's going to be able to move out and really put the screws to Hero. So radiates are ready. Here we go. 75 energy on the vessels. Yeah, and as he sees those vessels come up, the mutas run away very smartly. He's got to be so careful about how he utilizes them from now on. Okay. Light. Adding a 5th barracks. Continuing his upgrades forward. He's already on 1-1, getting that +2 attack. Some Hydras being made. He's got 3 up here. Queen's Nest coming. It's a while until he's going to be able to get Nidus or Defiler. But if he can get 3 lurkers on each ramp, then maybe he holds everything. Maybe he can stabilize until those Defilers. Vessels and Marine Medic coming across the map. And it looks like Light has actually chosen to attack top left. Is he going to be able to get there and be able to actually break through? The Lurker upgrade is almost done. You can block this ramp, I think, with 2 of them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's not... Okay, he's just making the eggs. Light is going to be able to get up the ramp, and if he gets up the ramp, it's going to be hard. Ooh, the mutas get caught on their movement up the map. Single egg on the ramp. You can definitely run by that, though. A good Irradiate goes down, but a beautiful split out uses that Irradiate to deal some more damage to the Marines. The muta's almost all gone, but look at this. He gets the burrow. He slows him down just enough. The 1 egg stopping the mass run up the ramp, plus the sacrifice of the mutas allowed all 4 to burrow. Oh my god, I've got nerd chills all over the place. That was an awesome hold by Hero. I thought for sure Light was just going to go up and end the game, because if you have all of your Marines and Medics up there, those Lurkers basically all pop before they can burrow, but greatly, greatly done. Now, this doesn't mean that he's out of the woods yet. The Hive is just about to finish, which means we don't have Nidus yet. We don't have Defilers yet. And in fact, look at this. Going across the map with a dropship. He's already killed off all the mutas. There are some Scourge coming up. If he can catch... No, he's not going to be able to. Light's going wide with the dropship. The Scourge all over here. Okay, he's going to try to get up and... Oh my god! Is he going to get it? Okay, he gets it with only 3 Marines out. So the 3 Marines, that's not the end of the world. 3 Marines in here. They'll harass it a little bit. It's hard to chase this type of thing down with just Lurkers. But a few Lurkers still on the ramp here. He actually uses Defense Matrix to stim and run up. Oh my god, a beautiful move here from Light. Is he going to be able to break it? Yes, he is. All the Lurkers follow the Defense Matrix Marine, the hero of this fight. Scourge come down, unable to kill. And I think that Light is going to be able to do critical damage here. There is no Nidus here, so whatever is in this egg, it's like a Lurker that's irradiated in a Hydra. That's it. GG, and Light will advance to the round of 8. Hero, unfortunately, out of the tournament.